You want a chapati?
Yeah? Well, let's have a chapati.
Yeah.
Is this one of your books?
Mm-hmm.
Do you just carry it around with you?
Because I want to take some pictures. I like to carry my books so then they also have an experience with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The books get to experience it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. Even when I travel, I always take them to different places, put them there, take pictures of them. I'm like, oh, my book was here.
Chioma's English Beat.
Thomas English book.
Do you want to
So
tell
this one,
what's this one about?
it teaches English, like for kids, comprehension.
Uh-huh.
But then also the main thing about the character Choma, if you look at her, she has vitiligo.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So from a very young age,
one
we
second.
want
I want to make sure we're both in it. Oh, yeah.
So if you look at, like, she basically begins the story by explaining. No, first we begin with the Ugandan national anthem.
Oh, of course.
So kids
of
get
course.
to sing it all the time. Then we move on and Choma explains like her name, what her name means. Her name comes from West Africa,
Uh-huh.
but it means the special one. Yeah.
Ah.
And then she was born with vitiligo, and growing up, her mom always used to tell her like that's her special. That's what makes her unique. That's unique about her. So then when the kids start seeing from a very young age, when they read such books, and they say that, you know what, it's okay for people to look different
To
from
be
me.
different.
They're all unique. They're different in this way. So she's different. Her sister is different. Her brother is different. Everyone has something unique about her. And then at school, everyone so she loves English. That's why she teaches English. So they call her the English cat woman.
Ah.
English because she loves teaching English. Cat woman is because she has like this cat woman. Her
yes.
vitiligo cuts across her
It makes
face.
her special.
Yeah. But she loves it, and she's always like teaching kids about being unique, being yourself, falling in love with who you are, and also teaching them about the English language, teaching them about good habits,
Yeah.
about reading. Yeah, like spending time reading for your young ones.
Oh, yeah.
Different things, habits that she does with her parents.
Looking after with her family, hanging out with the family.
Even doing her so her mom has like this big afro hair.
Yeah.
And then she always so her mom used to tell her, you know what, this is my crown, this is how I was born, this is a crown on my head. So they take care of their crown. That's why you see they get together as a family, they make like stuff
for
to
the
wash their hair. Yeah,
I don't have that problem.
Then also they like to go to the garden because they learn about the environment, the climate, how they can do to help. Spend time in the garden, getting all their vegetables and fruits, learning about them. It's like
Spider-Man.
it's the brother. Yeah, so he loves Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah?
Then Amare.
Meet Amari, our family Spider-Man. Amari is 4 years old. He is tall and has thick black hair in form of an afro, with big brown eyes. Everyone says he looks exactly like our mother. Aww. This is so nice. And then they have these comprehension questions.
Yeah, so every time you read a story, then you either it's a question or you have to tick different things.
So like this one is name and then you say Amari.
Yeah, so complete the information.
Class at school. He loves school and he is in middle class. His favourite subjects are English and science. English and science. Oh wait, his favourite hobbies are music when he grows up. He wants to be a teacher. Class at school. And then future occupation, he wants to be a teacher.
Yeah. Favorite hobbies, physical description, it's already there. That he has somewhere where it says he's tall, big brown eyes.
Yeah, I love it.
So then we have the sister. And
they can they can totally relate to this
because
they have
it
their own
looks like
families.
them. Exactly. Even the environment, the kids look like them. You know why? Initially, why I started writing is because I used to be so frustrated because we would go to schools and you find that kids don't like reading, and me, I love reading. And then you would ask them, they're like, oh, they don't love reading, but you would find the school is full of donated books, like 1 billion donated books full of white peoples and castles.
Yeah.
But as a young kid, to fall in love with a book, it's the environment. You have to be able to relate.
Yes.
So then I wrote the first book, and it was about the border borders, a girl who becomes the first female border rider in Africa. And we would go and they'd open the book and they'd be like, my daddy, even me and Tumago, we have that motorcycle. My daddy has a border. They found pride in reading something that they could relate to every page. And guess what? These books would never get torn in the schools. Even the kids would go to the library and read that one book every time. So I said, it's the problem. It's not kids not loving to read, no. We're not giving the right content to them.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
it's not written by people who understand them.
So they will not understand anything in it. It's good for their imagination, but also it's good for them to find things that they can relate to, because that's what's going to build their love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, even when they see Choma, they're like, oh, this one looks like me, this one does. Now, like, this is a typical Ugandan family. You always have like people dusting, ironing.
What's that doing?
That is like wiping. So now you see here that for this particular one, there are no words. So it's just sharing housework. And then the qualification questions are, my father is, my mother is. So some of them you have words,
Ironing
others
the
it's just a
clothes.
picture.
That's smart.
This is the one.
Love it.
Then it has like my daily routines. This is more of teaching kids about routines, how you can go through your routines, and also knowing that even other kids like you go through similar routines.
How many books do you think you've given out?
I've loved like 70,000.
70,000 books?
Yeah.
Wow, 70,000 children?
Yeah.
Or do they get more than one book each?
Most get one book.
One book each?
Yeah, most get one book.
Okay. Wow, that's
because now we even have 7 libraries.
So you spend your time visiting all of the schools?
Yes.
Wow.
Wake up, go visit communities. Even like, let me say like how I come here, I see those kids the first time. Next time I come back alone, I do a survey, I bring them down some books. But I also look at not just giving them books, starting programs in these communities where they're actually going to be reading.
Yes.
Yeah, so I come back, I talk to the mothers. If there's a mother who is interested in working with us, then we teach her how to teach children how to read. Then every day, maybe 3 times a week, the kids come, sit like under a tree there. She teaches them. Then as we just come and follow up and see what they learned and all, and then just keep supervising her. And then that family receives a donation of food. You know, like as a payment.
To go to take them.
No, the mother who is helping us train, she receives a donation of food for her family.
Okay, that's kind of like volunteering, but she's also getting something.
Yes. Then the kids, if you come and study 3 times a week, if you study Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, on Friday, they cook for them a meal. So if you came and read and you did a spelling bee and you passed all your bees, on Friday you get to eat like rice and meat.
And it brings everyone together.
It does.
It's like a community thing. If you just give people money, then they're going to just go off and whereas if you try and bring them together as part of the...
Yeah. Even for the mothers, you know, you could easily be giving them money and what, but also you want them to see that that's why we find people who are actually passionate about this. So the food support is just saying that we understand that this is something that you need, but this is not something you're doing to be paid. You're doing it because you want to cause change in your community. So we teach them the importance of early literacy, early education, and you know, you ask them like, okay, what do you want your child to be? They say, because most of them have never gone to school, they've never seen anything like that, but they have bigger dreams for their kids and they want to break the poverty cycle. So then you ask them, what do you want your kid to be? Like, I want my kid to be the next president, the next doctor. They have such big dreams for their kids. So then you ask them, okay, so what do you think
they need to do?
Barack Obama's parents did different? Then like, oh, he speaks well, so they must have taken him to school. What? Then I say, oh, okay, yeah, but even the parents, instead of sending the child to the well all the time or to the farm, they spend time talking to the child. They encourage the child to do other activities, you know. They were present in their upbringing. Yeah. So then they start asking, okay, so what can I do? Then that's the exciting step. You're like, okay, you can do this, you can try this, and yeah, it's been amazing. Like we've seen kids' relationships with parents improve.
Because they take the book and they share it together.
They share it together. Then even the parents are learning that actually I have to build a relationship with my child. I have to talk to my child. You know, in the culture, you're not allowed to look at an adult when they're talking to you. You're supposed to look down.
Really? I didn't know that.
It's very rude when you're young to look at an adult. That is the culture that was there. So we're trying to change that norm. So now we say it's okay to be affectionate. Hug your child. You know, let them sit on your lap, read for them, talk to them while you're looking at them because you're building their confidence.
Because it doesn't need to be that way.
No,
it
doesn't.
can change. You can change culture.
So that's what they're doing. And now when you go, like, if you get time, I'll take you to one of our community libraries. You find grandmothers seated with kids on their laps because they don't know how to read. The kids are reading for them. How amazing is that? Then they talk to them. Then the kids in school have improved so much because now they're learning how to read. Yes. They're learning how to spell. They're learning how to write. Yes. And in school, you're taught to cram. Science, you don't even ask questions. But us and our programs, we're teaching them to read, to write,
and to spell,
and to love to love it. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. And then when they feel like quite often in school, it's like if you're surrounded by the other kids and everybody's motivated as well, then they will get motivated too.
Yes.
To try to be like, oh, do you get that? Oh, and they might help one another, but they'll also get competitive with one another.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the smartest
very,
one.
very much. Honestly, it's amazing. Even actually, if you when you come and visit, you see it's not me who teaches; it's the kids who teach themselves. So the kids who are very good and they're advanced, they teach the young ones. So now they call themselves literacy champions. So when you come, they're like, "Hello, my name is Tina. I'm a literacy champion of Zambia. I teach the little ones how to read and write." Like there's so much confidence in that, in having a sense of responsibility.
Yes.
But also it's good emotional intelligence for them because they're learning how to adjust. Because imagine when you're 13 or 11 and you're teaching like 10 5-year-olds how to read. The patience you have to be on, that everything about you has to change from a mind of a 13-year-old to now, okay, how do I help these kids?
Yeah. And they're becoming adults and they're believing in it too.
Yeah, and they're responsible. Even when you ask them like, okay, so what's your future like now? Say, I want to do this so that I can come back and then I help my community. That is the sense that you want.
And is that why you got into it?
Yeah. Because I want to do the same. I swear my dream is to build as many libraries as possible across Africa. Yeah, like I don't want to stay in one place. I want to travel to different countries and build these libraries and then have them be really intentional. That we don't have kids anymore who are lagging behind because they didn't have exposure to books or to literacy. That we have interventions that are more community-based because your level of education shouldn't depend on whether your parent is rich or not. It should be fair for all children.
Yes.
Because then you're given an opportunity. If you're not given that opportunity, you go in the same cycle.
Yeah.
So now my dream is to make sure that every kid, everywhere, like they're able to have access to these things and they don't have to pay for them.
And if the government's not going to do it, then charities and NGOs and
somebody
things
has
have
to do it. Yeah. Or even ourselves, like I tell the parents and the teenagers who help me teach, I say, you know what, we could sit here and wait for the government and say, oh, but we could do something. Yeah. I mean, even right now, it's not like I have huge budgets, but we have over 5,000 kids.
Yes.
But I don't have massive budgets because I'm taking that step. Then when people see you taking a step, they also come on board and say, you know, what can I do? Not how much will you pay me, it's more, okay, what can I do to also help?
And it's the enthusiasm you bring to it as well.
Yeah.
That people are, it's kind of infectious.
It is.
Whenever I speak to you, I've spoken to Margot about this before, and she's just got an infectious enthusiasm about this.
No, I get so excited. I'm even sweating. Like, you know, when you talk about something that you love and you seeing it actually work and change kids' lives.
And you have to believe in it before it even exists.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, you probably sat down when you wrote your first book and thought, I mean, it was just an idea in your head and you hadn't even done one class or given one book out or even seen it on paper. You had to write these words and think about what these images would be.
Yeah.
And you had to just imagine it in your mind, and it's hard to get people to believe in it when you first start.
Oh my God, so hard. Even the fact that I have no formal job.
Yeah.
Because everyone is like, you know what, you have all these degrees, you're well educated, you could have a good paying job. What are you doing in charity all the time, giving books, educating children? Where is it taking? You're like, you know what, you have to believe in it. Because if you don't believe it, and then somebody just puts that little doubt in you, that's it, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to believe in it. But even you know, people are going to give you those doubts as well and try to do it, and you just can't listen to them when you want to do it. I mean, it's like when you want to start anything, and then after it starts picking up momentum, everyone goes, oh, I want to be a part of that. Oh, you didn't believe in me when I started.
But you see, the thing is that first story actually of Amani the Boda Boda rider, it was a girl. She wanted to be a Boda Boda rider. She's Muslim. Two things a Muslim girl cannot be on a Boda.
Yeah.
Then you're a girl and you want to be a Boda Boda rider.
I've never seen a girl Boda Boda rider.
Oh, they're there these days.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really?
We even found some and interviewed them under safe border. They're there these days.
Great.
But they work during that day. But anyway, even with her story, everyone was telling her, no, a woman cannot do this, what. So in the end, when she became successful, all her teachers were like, oh, we always knew she had something in her. But isn't it that typical thing? Like, You have to believe so much in what you're doing
Yeah.
that no doubt can change your focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's that quote? It's like, first they'll ignore you, then they'll make fun of you, then they'll fight you, then you win.
Then then they'll be like, oh my God, we always knew. No, you did not always
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, but what you're doing is just so awesome, because it's like there's a lot of kids out there that would never learn to read or have a book to be able to, learn, words with their families and
Never.
build that relationship if you hadn't intervened in their life. So
I'm glad it's going well, honestly. And even, when you see them, when we visit the communities, you'll see they come running to you and they're like, Auntie Margot, I can spell the word boy. B-O-Y. Then you're like, yay! It's a big achievement.
thing, yeah.
And here we're talking about a 6-year-old kid. Normally a 6-year-old should be able to read their ABCs, should be able to spell 2-letter words, 3-letter words in a normal setting.
Yes.
But here we're talking about 6, 7 year and 8.
Wow, yeah.
And they're just learning to spell
boy.
They're just learning their ABCs.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me the gap that child is going to face later on in life.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
Let's get them young.
Let's get them young. Let's get them to fall in love with reading. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they also see that they're improving. So they bring back their reports. They do tests. They do spelling bees. We do a lot of spelling bees and reading competitions. And you find somebody who used to read, and I always say, don't laugh. Don't correct them. Leave them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
then you struggle.
Then you ask them, you want to read another page? Yes. Okay. Open the page you want to read. Next thing you know, they're reading 6 pages. They come to you and say, Timago, come, I show you. Let me show you. Then they read the pages and oh my God. And it's like,
they've got to struggle through it, but it feels so, and it's not easy. It's
No.
it's hard.
It's hard, yeah.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, if you commit to it, if you really want it.
And the sense of satisfaction that they must have when they can come to you and say,
Even
and
the fact everyone celebrates them. I'll show you some videos because at the end of either 3 months or something, we invite the families. So the mothers, the fathers, we put for them chairs, and the kids stand up and they read for them and spell for them. Oh, you should see the parents. Some of them even become teary because they cannot believe that's my child.
Yeah.
My child has never gone to school.
Yes.
They've never learned how to read. Now look at them, they're standing in front of everyone holding a book and they come and really talk properly. Hello, good afternoon parents. Thank you for coming today.
Oh.
My name is Margot Hasfa and I'm going to spell 5 words for you.
Yes.
I can spell the word boy. They spell it. I can spell the word girl. They spell it. If you look at the parents, for me it's always like they're so happy. They get out their little phones and start recording.
Because
it's a highlight.
it's like the education and then the confidence comes from that, and then the opportunities come from both the education and the confidence that they build in themselves. Think, well, I didn't have an education and now I can read, so there's something else I can do.
Yeah.
I can try and I can raise my dreams higher.
Yes. So much. Now even recently we started introducing so I had an extra computer because I got another laptop. Then I had an extra computer. I said, you know what, let me start now computer lessons. So we do them in shifts. I go with my computer in my van, go to different places, pull out the laptop, say come and learn some computer.
Oh.
They were scared of the machine.
Really?
Oh my God, they can't touch it. You should. Oh, I will take you.
I'll bring mine.
Oh my God, you will not believe it. They cannot touch it. They're like, and then when they touch it and something goes,
wow.
They cannot believe it.
Yeah.
This is
When they
even
make
all the way
something
to teenage. Even a 13-year-old, you put them in front of a laptop and they're scared of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
because
then
they've never seen it.
But then for some reason they know exactly what to do once they start using it.
They just have to get their fear off. They just have to get used to, when I do this moves, and they're gone. They're on the next step and you're like, what? But the first reaction, you would die like, huh? What is that? Anyway, let's have some
Chapati time.
Chapati break.
Chapati break. Right, I'll call it a day for this.